Are we ready? Sweet.
You better pick this shit up.
It didn't drop.
It didn't drop, really?
It didn't drop.
Well, what did it catch on?
I'm that good.
Nah, hell no. Get the fuck outta here.
It stopped.
All right, so I believe this is Geek Goonz, what, episode 13?
This is Geek Goonz episode 13. Yeah.
Okay. We're here.
Feels right. Still not sponsored by Dos Equis or Angry Orchard. We just have their products here. Front facing value. Hopefully we can get sponsored by them at some point. But yeah, we're here. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I feel a lot better if you were like a little closer to your mic.
Oh, let me see. Let me get you right here.
Yeah,
How's that?
that's a lot better.
Am I in everyone's ear?
You definitely probably want to turn it, I don't know, not tilt it, and probably straight up in front of your face.
I'll be adjusting this as we go on. Tighten that a little bit. Tighten that just a tad. All right. And ladies and gentlemen.
You might have to, turn
there we go.
Yeah.
Loud and clear. All right. One.
So, how have you been? Let's just start with that. How have you been doing?
I've been good. I've been busy with one of the things we've been waiting for quite some time. So I say fuck it. I say let's hop right into that. Because you know what I'm talking about. I think the people know what I'm talking about.
Overwatch 2?
Overwatch 2. Overwatch is just a team-based game. I know we talk about Overwatch a lot, but we don't give clarity to what it is for the people who are maybe just coming here and may not know. But it's a team-based game, first-person shooter. It's incredible. That's my personal opinion on it. It's had some slumps throughout the years. Multiple characters, multiple different game types, game modes, stuff like that. But it's really enjoyable, and we're on the part 2 now. So now we're going to give pretty much our insight on what we think about it, right?
Well, I mean, I think it's a pretty good game. Not to go too in depth with it. I don't think the one tank thing
not
is
incredible.
Probably. I think it's room for it to grow, but I think definitely they need to figure out what they want to do with the tank thing. Because like basically, if you don't have a person playing tank that knows what they're doing,
right,
or is willing to be flexible,
right,
then you're basically opening yourself up to
And fuck it. I was trying to really be kind of give clarity for the people who don't know Overwatch, but I think we're so in depth so ingrained within the game at this point. This would just be for the special listeners who know the game. But yeah, Overwatch 1 initially had 2 tanks, the two tank system essentially. And they took that away with this one. That's one of the most notable features, if not the most notable feature of the game. Yeah. How do you feel like that's changed the pace of it at all?
I mean, the pace is pretty much the same, honestly, because it's done throughout, on both sides. So I don't think that's particularly specific to just that. And I mean, granted, not to make this an Overwatch episode, it's it's a solid sequel. There are definitely quite a few gripes that I have with it, especially like with the launch. But also with just like the dynamics and just certain things that probably would absolutely have to be tweaked in a game for it to be proficient.
I've been hearing things about like my favorite character, Zarya. I've been hearing that she's overpowered as of right now. Since I play Zarya, I don't necessarily feel she's overpowered, honestly. Like even when I'm playing her, I feel like I've been dying fairly easy. Not like at a crazy amount, but I think I've been dying, to a reasonable amount. But one character I will say feels fucking OP is Sombra. Sombra feels like a issue within this game. She feels untouchable, truthfully.
So Zarya is a tank character who is able to produce damage by putting bubbles on herself and her teammates, which absorbs the damage that she receives or that her teammate receives and puts it out as viable damage for her to use.
And on Overwatch 1, she had the ability to move those bubbles on her, put those bubbles on herself and her teammate at the same time. But the notable switch with her in this game is that she can only use that bubble mechanism as once, right? Like only at one time. So it's either on yourself or it's on your teammate. It's no longer the dual setup sort of thing with that. Which took some getting used to for me, being a Zarya main. But it's something that doesn't destroy the character for me. And I think that's all you can really ask when it comes to a game like Overwatch. You know, like we've seen some major changes they've made that have just completely destroyed characters. But Zarya, I think, holds up. Zarya holds up.
The game pretty much plays the same for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Some will call it a copy and paste.
Or cash grab, which I feel the Battle Pass kind of is. Like, it's not enough rewards in there to really justify.
Yeah, Battle Pass can do that. I think Battle Pass can be that way. But as far as the game itself, I don't think that they've... I don't feel that this is a cash grab. I feel like this is what we've needed in gaming. We've needed something where it's like, okay, this is fun. It's similar, but it gives some sort of new feeling to the game. They do need to work on maps, though.
Yeah.
The maps kind of suck, honestly, when you think about it. Dorado, Nubani.
I mean, it's coming. I mean, they gave us a decent amount to start with, but speaking of feeling the same, and someone using, old shit. I know we love PlayStation, but they're sort of getting a little bit out of control.
In what aspect?
So, Zero Dawn Horizon that just came out on PlayStation 4 is being remade for the PlayStation 5, getting The Last of Us treatment. The Last of Us, you can maybe argue because the original game was from the PS3, granted it was remastered for the PS4, but they're literally taking a game that is literally one gen behind that is literally playable.
I feel like we knew that they were doing this.
This wasn't something that they were like always saying they were going to do. This was something that they announced a week ago.
Okay, I was about to say I could have sworn we heard something about this recently.
It was like a week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's. I think my feelings from that haven't changed. I think it's like Zero Dawn Horizon really didn't need to be made. For the simple, didn't need to be remade. Because it's already new enough. You know what I mean? Like, I think we just got the sequel. Maybe a year ago, something like that.
Bro, not even,
right? Like, we didn't need this. It's a cool game, and I think it did well, but I don't think that anyone was lacking on this or looking for any major upgrades.
It's weird because I think Sony might be so full of their head now that they're...
Oh, you sound like Microsoft.
No, it's like, for
I don't
real.
know, you've been hearing that.
Like, Sony might be so full of their head that like, hey, we can do anything and get away with it. Because I mean, like, okay, look at Zero Dawn Horizon.
Right.
You take a game like that.
Yep.
Then you take a game like Last of Us, which again I love it. Technically still playable on recent hardware. They take it, remake it, but that one is arguable. That was arguable.
Okay.
And then they've recently been re-releasing a couple of games like Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut for the PS5. It's a lot of. And the Spider-Man Remastered, which was originally on the PlayStation 4, that they could have just update for.
So you feel like they're not doing anything that's actually significant. They're just kind of...
Yeah, I mean, we're halfway through the PlayStation 5's launch, and I mean, they've...
Halfway through? I mean, it's only been, what, 2 years?
We're about to be halfway through.
2 years?
We're about to be halfway through, because, the console lifespan is only like 6 years.
Yeah, so you're saying once 2023. Well, the game came out November 2020. So the console came out November 2020. It's about to be November 2022 for the first time for this time, you know what I mean? So like, I don't know. I think they still have some legroom.
Hear me out. All I'm saying is by the time the PS3 was halfway through its life cycle, they had a stack load of new IPs. Even the PS4, by the time it was halfway through its life cycle, they had some pretty sizable, IPs.
Yeah.
And it just feels like that Sony is more so just, hey, we're gonna re-release this, we're gonna remaster this.
I know that they were. I was actually just reading an article. That they were talking about. Sony was about to do their annual the annual like thing where they are discussing games and discussing what they're about to do, what's coming next. And they kind of opted out of doing that because they wanted to not be at the same. They didn't want to have that happen at the same time as the backlash from Microsoft saying like, hey, Sony, you got it. Like basically like you can't say that what we're doing with our Activision acquisition that we're harming you in any way. And that's PlayStation's main argument. Like, hey, because of you doing this, it's affecting PlayStation users, PlayStation and as a whole, what we're able to do, really showcase some things that for the PS5. And do they usually are they coming out with a PS5 Pro? Probably.
I mean, they are. It's gonna be probably like around
November 2023.
600, 700.
Oh, you're saying? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you're talking about the pricing.
I don't get how they can do it, honestly, because games currently, even like they're still not able to, even like modern day graphics cards are not really able to play games at 4K native resolution.
Mm-hmm.
You have a few games with an exception, but with with all these things they're trying to push, like ray tracing, like games are not able to run at 60 frames per second with ray tracing. Period. 4K. Like a lot of them are. So it's interesting when they say, hey, even with this current PS5, hey, we have it in the system where it can output a 8K signal. And I'm like,
yeah.
Okay, you're jumping ahead of yourselves, guys. So I don't know. It's interesting, but
are you worried for PlayStation at all?
I mean, I'm not worried, but I am like a little like, hey, you guys probably need to do some planning, because I mean, you got the whole acquisition happening with Blizzard that Microsoft is doing. They're taking like Call of Duty's biggest player base for a while has been PlayStation, so you're going to be cutting out a big chunk of that.
Yeah, and that's again part of the thing where PlayStation's arguing. You know what I'm saying? Like they're concerned about how many players are going to be affected by, and beyond the players, fuck that. How much their bottom line is going to be affected by them taking something like Activision out of play. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you take that out of fucking out of the carousel, then I think you really have to start to rethink some things.
I mean,
do you think this will be your last like PlayStation purchase?
I mean,
like console purchase.
So I will say this. For me, for this not to be my last, I'm not gonna say it is, but for this not to be my last PlayStation purchase, they would have to start doing things with their other IPs. Like, they would have to start making Uncharted active again. They would have to, for Christ's sake, please pick up Jack and Dexter. I would have to see the possibility of some type of new Ratchet and Clank game. Not possibility, but be like, hey, we're making another Ratchet and Clank game. Definitely more than just one per console generation.
Yeah. Yeah, fair. I don't think you've said any game that I disagree with. I would say one game, and I don't think anybody has said it. So I really want to kind of hold on. Yeah, go ahead.
Resistance as well. Like, I need to see them doing something with Resistance. Like, that was a great game. They're losing their Call of Duty. It's a good opportunity. Like,
yeah, I was thinking about it. I was like, what was that fucking game? Killzone. I was thinking about that. Like, when I was thinking about them losing
Call of Duty.
I was thinking like Killzone. I was like, imagine bringing that shit back. That shit had potential. What was that other fucking game where they had like the guy where they would these was it called Titan? Where the Titans would just drop from the sky, you jump in the Titan and you fight or something.
No, that wasn't like exclusive to PlayStation. That's Titanfall.
That wasn't exclusive. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, that was fucking Microsoft. Killzone was exclusive though. But a game I would like to see PlayStation bring back and kind of really have their moment with, and I don't think anybody said it. I haven't heard anybody say this for years, so I kind of want to make a statement here that the game Warhawk, that one is a game that can be utilized in what today's gaming scene looks like. Like what Warhawk is, it is this game that that you literally fucking everybody has the exact same weapon. You can get in tanks, you can get in airplanes, you can get in all this shit, and you basically just play these huge map objectives, and it was incredible. It was something I played in my teenage years, and it needs to be brought back. In PlayStation, please bring back Warhawk.
And when you think of all those, like, oh my god, Infamous.
I just read something about Infamous, about why they didn't redo that, or why they didn't want to redo that. I forgot what it was.
I think it might have been something along the lines of the market being saturated right now with hero stuff, or something along those lines.
Maybe. I can't remember.
But I remember they did make I remember Sucker Punch just making a statement saying that they didn't have any plans for a new Infamous game. And I was just like, you guys are fucking idiots.
They do have some shit coming out though. I don't know if this is exclusive. Is that Iron Man game that's coming out? I think that might be PlayStation exclusive. They have a new Iron Man game coming out.
I think it may be just a VR game.
I don't know.
Or it may not, like.
Somebody needs to fact check us. Somebody needs to fact check.
I'm not really like super excited for that though.
Really? It looked kind of cool to me.
Bro,
I think the idea of it's cool.
Bro, I don't go to Sony to find them taking, like, I love Spider-Man. But I don't go to Sony to say, hey, I want to see what you guys do with pre-existing franchises and build. Like, you guys were the guys I would go to sit down and get a new IP from an idea that I never even thought of in my head.
I would say, honestly, same with movies. We need that in both film and games. We don't need rehashings of old things. Yo, it's funny we just say that after we just mentioned games that we're like, fucking, we bring this back.
Hey, technically, Sony is in the cinematic business with the games, so.
Yeah, true. But that's funny that I just made that statement coming off the heels of saying, hey, bring this back. Bring back fucking Warhawk. And I'm saying don't rehash it. Maybe you're just rehashing the wrong shit.
I wonder how many times Michael Myers gonna come back.
Oh, yeah. Like, come on. I heard that movie was shit, too.
Hey, I'm gonna see it.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I had this friend, me and her saw the second one. I think like with someone, with my ex, I saw the first one, and I was like, bro,
I'm not even wasting my time.
I might as well just close. I might as well just end this off.
Hell no, bro. And I was thinking to myself when I was fucking driving here, I was like, fuck, I want to go to the movies, but I'm not going to see that shit.
You should have saw Avatar when it was at the movies.
I should have. I should have seen Jaws when it was at the movies.
I'd smack you with this damn sword that I got.
Did you see it? Check out that new show Chainsaw Man.
Bro, I'm not watching that shit.
Yo, I had some friends tell me like, yo, this shit's cool. Like, just watch it. I was like, I don't know, I'm straight.
So like, this is what Chainsaw, like, I'm so glad you asked me about that. So to me,
it seems kind of stupid.
It's like edgy 2010, like edgy over the topness. It's like where they used to throw chainsaws. No. I'm saying what, like the way.
Oh, what it feels like.
Yeah, like it's just like that was in a room, and it was like, I got an idea for a protagonist. Give him a chainsaw
on his fucking head.
No, not a chainsaw. 3. But sir, we don't even have a name for him. We'll call him Chainsaw Man.
But that's the same thing as One Punch Man. So.
I don't watch that shit either.
I don't watch that shit either.
Like,
I mean, all right. So we're gonna fuck around and bring all the fucking fanboys of One Punch Man and fucking Chainsaw Man.
Like, I'm not even like a Goku solo guy, but like they'd be like, hey, One Punch Man can beat everyone in Dragon Ball Z, and like someone showed me like some of it, and I was like, bro, this man can't. It's like in the anime, he comes across people he can't actually beat in one punch. It's like an alien, and so it's like, okay.
I ain't gonna lie, that shit sound kind of hard though. If you can just fight random beings, nigga.
But like,
like that shit sound hard.
He can't beat everyone in one punch.
That's fine though. I mean, that kind of defeats the purpose of the name of the show, but
yeah,
I think that still makes it kind of funny to see this nigga just fight like aliens, then fucking like monsters and shit. That's all like cool.
It's like it's a plot to it. I just be like, bro, this is like it didn't. The concept is sort of boring because he beats most people in one punch. So you know, it's just it's like me being like a level 70 guy in a game and walking around and like fighting like.
Depending on how they wrote that story or how they're writing that story, it could be good, but it doesn't sound appealing. I'll say that it definitely doesn't.
You know, original. Yeah. He watched it. He actually watched. I want to say the first season. And I want to say he didn't pick up the second one because he just got bored. And I was like, I kind of figured it would.
I bet it just got bored. Yeah, I want to watch something new, but not necessarily one Chainsaw Man. I'm about to say One Punch Man. Yeah, I'm sure.
My Hero Academia.
Yeah, I do need to watch My Hero. I say that relentlessly. I need to watch My Hero. I really want to just knock out Brotherhood, to be honest with you.
Malcolm's Brotherhood?
Yeah, my brother always tell me that.
I got the whole Blu-ray.
That's what I'm saying. Like, my brother always say that. I don't know how we got to this point, but
you want to know something funny?
What?
So Bleach came out and they were like, "Oh my God, Bleach is beating Fullmetal Brotherhood as the best anime of all time," but that's not what's happening. So when anime first comes out, you get those people that rush to it and review it.
Yeah.
But as later episodes come out,
then it comes. Oh, so it looks like it's kind of like it's kind of the opposite of what that thing is. They call review bombing. Like when something just comes out and everybody just drops a bad review on it, you just tank that shit. It's kind of like the opposite of that. It's like everybody drops good reviews, then later on it starts dropping down.
Yeah, because the episodes don't always be as consistent.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're Bleach from you're Soul Reaper from Bleach, right?
Yeah, I mean they don't have any black Soul Reapers, so I said fuck it.
All right, fuck it.
And actually, the guy who plays Ichigo, he actually signed the sword. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, he actually signed the sword at a con.
Hard.
Yeah.
So, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm wearing BigPaPaReese merch yet again. Very pretentious of me. Not yet signed, but will be by Reese Robinson.
Oh, yo.
What?
Real quick, since we're here, let's go ahead. You got a marker with you?
No, I don't have a fucking marker.
I got a marker. It's not the best one, but hey, we need to sign that copy of Overwatch. I already signed it. All right, Reese. So as you see, I already have signed it. You can hit it right there.
All right. Wait, where'd you sign this? Am I taking the plastic out? I'm left-handed, just for you guys to know. We'll see.
Why don't you also share your social with the audience as
well? What? Like my gaming social?
No.
Oh, my social security?
Yeah.
Nigga? Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, there it is. The camera probably won't capture that.
I had to zoom in.
Yeah, double R's right there. Signed by the Geek Goonz, TK, and Reese. This is gonna last for some years for people, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, this game ends up turning to ass. Like this copy is like just going bye-bye.
Yeah, and also that shit, Overwatch 2, you all did a great job. I just want to double down on that. I think you all did a great job.
You guys did an okay job. Okay job starting out.
Not a great job, but yeah, an okay job. But I think it has a lot of potential. And honestly, you give this game enough love, I don't think it'll. I don't think we'll be off it. I don't think we'll be off it. I think we'll be on it. But yeah, this has been the Geek Goonz,
episode 12. Love you.
Yep. You know, you started off this episode saying it was 13. I bullshit you not. I bullshit you not.
Oh, shit. It's actually episode 13. Hey, fuck you guys. Fuck you. Fuck Reese. Y'all know what episode this is.
And then nigga. That was funny.